All right, and we're live. So today the plan is to finish the what is it? It is to finish this using Postgres lesson, where we're going to try and integrate this a Postgres database into our mini message board and get rid of this. Actually, we didn't even have. I guess we were just storing it locally. Messages, and then where were the messages even stored? Maybe in this router here. Yeah, this is it. We just had it literally in here. So I'm gonna basically have an ID text user and added timestamp. And we will do that with the render. I think it was render. We're going to do that with the render platform as a service, and then hook that up to this, and try not to leak any sort of environment variable or whatever. So I'm actually going to create a .env inside of here. Actually, I'll do that after I configure this. All right, so I think I'm going to have to do this on another screen so that I don't leak anything. But I've got my project running here, and then I think I can add a Postgres database here, right? So I think I'm going to do this on my other monitor, just to kind of avoid, obviously giving stuff away. So we'll call this Odin mini message board, maybe, or messages. Okay, so that's projects. The database name. Wait, that's not the user. All right, I'll do this actually. I guess I'll do this over here until there's anything super sensitive. I'll leave the user to be randomly generated. I want the free version. Datadog region, that's fine. I don't know what that even means. Storage, gigabyte, 1 gigabyte. Okay, so then I'm going to create database. I'll do that over here. See what happens. Okay, so I have the host name, I have the port, I have the database name, and then the user. So I'm going to do that in I got to edit my environment variables. I won't do that on screen either. I won't make that mistake. So let's do that. .env. Shit. Okay. And then PSQL command. Holy shit. Okay, I don't need that. So let's try this out. So I need to bring the env over to my other monitor, and we will create our variables. password. Then I think I'm going to do the external database URL. Okay. I think that's all the information I need, actually. So that's good. And then I can do that connection there. Cool. So let me just verify that these are in here the way I want them to be. Very good. Okay. Perfect. All right, so now I need to set up that connection. So I'm going to go into new folder, database, and then we'll call it pool, I guess. And then we're going to say const imports pool from, where was that actually? Oh, and I need to install Postgres in here as well, and the types. Oops. There we go. That should fix this. Or is it lowercase? Okay, that's fine. And then export defaults. And then we'll say host is db hosts. Oh, process.env. And then we'll say user process.env.db user database process.env.db name password Yo, how's it going, Coffee? Not too much. What's up with you? I'm just we're just refactoring our old message board project to work with the database instead of just local. So that's the current goal, I guess, for this. This might need to be a number, because I think all environment variables by default are strings. So let me just verify that the variable names match. They should match just fine. DB host, DB user. Yep. So that should work now with the credentials that I have. And then I guess we can just test it. The other thing as well is I should probably, I don't know if I can send queries to this database. I guess maybe I'd have to connect to it on my own, because I have to create that table. That's the other thing. I'd have to create a messages table. Is this like ready to go? Can't see whether it's ready to go or not. Okay, so let's do that. iTerm. I'm just going to connect to the database. Oh, that didn't work. Oh yeah, PSQL. Okay, so I'm in. And then now, we can, I guess that gives away the name of the database, but that's not a big deal. Oh shit. Fuck. Dude, I cleared the screen. Gonna have to edit that out of the VOD. That's not a big deal. Okay, so I guess I'll just create the database over here. I'll write the code to do that. I'm fine too. It's 6 a.m. in my country. I'm going to work. Sounds good, coffee. Yeah, I'm sorry the time zones aren't super convenient. But unfortunately, I work a 9 to 5, and I can only stream in the evenings. So evenings in my country, which is Eastern North America. So anyway, all right. So let's write the query. So I think it's create table user names, and then that would be, where do I have I think it's in the router, yes. So this is the type I want. So I want each entry to have an ID, text, user, and then an added. So let me just go over here. Okay, so then we'll do this, and then we'll say ID as a want to do a UUID Postgres. So we'll say ID int generated always as identity. If I could spell. Stop by to say hello, working the late shift again tonight? No worries, Jay. I appreciate you stopping by. And then it would be message, I think it's ID message, or ID user. Oh, as primary key, maybe? Is that what they do here for that? As identity, okay. That's fine. Okay, user text. I think I can do text. Do I have to do varchar or text? No, I think I can do that. User text, message, text, and then added is a date. I just need to get the date type. Let's get the date type. Not even a problem. I love to watch lives in the morning and found that only you are that's live streaming in my subs list. Oh, I appreciate that, coffee. Works out then, I guess. So it's just literally date. Okay, that's fine. But I want a date time. I guess I could do timestamp. I don't need this to be capitalized. Okay, so that should be all I need. Now, that's fine. Okay, so then this should be good to add. And then now that I'm connected to the remote database, I can add the table there. User, okay, so it didn't like that. Maybe varchar. Oops. Syntax error at or near user, why? Varchar of any length. Postgres. Yeah, I wanted to do text, but that didn't seem to work. Syntax error at or near user. Oh, it's ID text user added, okay. ID int primary key. Oh, integer maybe. No, still the same problem. I can't do username. Ah, okay, that worked. So it doesn't like user. Interesting. I did not know that. So apparently you can't name a column user. Okay. It's fine. Usernames. Okay, cool. Now we have a table. So that's good. And then, yeah. So now I can actually write the queries for this. So queries, then we'll do import db from pool. What? Or type pool. What am I doing here? For default new pool. Maybe I need to do this. Const db equals new pool. I'm gonna do this. That might be better. Okay. Now import db. There we go. That's what I wanted. Okay, so now I can actually query this guy. So let's just insert into usernames, username message added. Actually, no. Values. I don't know. BenStack. This is a test, and then what are the date formats? Timestamp, generator, Postgres. I just want to get a timestamp for right now. Timestamp format, maybe? Yo, what's up, JMac? How's it going? Okay, so can I just give this anything here? Let's just do... I guess this is fine. Let's do this then. Let's do this format. Okay. What time is it now? 19:11. Fuck. Username message added. Should have worked. I guess I can just do values. I don't need to specify which. Okay, so it doesn't like that. Hi, bro. How was work today? It wasn't too bad. Pretty chill. I'm just trying to put this into my database, and I'm doing this on another screen just in case I leak anything, which I've probably already leaked. So. Insert into my table. Yeah, so I'm inserting it, but it's not, doesn't like these quotes. Fuck. Jesus Christ, okay. There we go. Okay, that worked somehow for some reason. And how do I view the contents of the, oh yeah, I can just do selects. Perfect, okay, we have that in there. Yo, how's it going, Ashwin? Welcome, welcome. All right, so I inserted a dummy value into the database. So now I should be able to get that. So we can do some async. We'll do const get all usernames equals async. And this will be as middleware, right? Requests response. Okay, and then I need to import these from response, and then these need to be as types. Oops, there we go. So now we can type these. Okay, so now we can just do our query. Select. Okay. And then now we'll just do insert username. Or insert message, I should say. Insert user, yep. Values 1, 2. Actually, I guess I could just do it like this. And then the rec.body dot, that needs to come from the body, I would assume. Oh, these are just calling these. These aren't these. Oh, sorry, these aren't middlewares. I don't know why I'm thinking that these are middlewares. They're not. I'm getting backwards here. These are not middlewares. So I'll say username. String, message, string, and then date, or timestamp, or added, I guess. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, cool. All right, so there's our queries. And then now we can attach we can use these in our middlewares. That's what we're doing. Okay, so in our router, I suppose. Okay, so instead of pushing this to the object, we need to run our, so what we need to do here is we need to run our, thingy. So I'll say const all messages equals, and this needs to be a async, I think. And then await get all messages, get all usernames, all messages. It's not get all usernames. What am I doing? This should not be usernames. Should be get all messages. That's what I wanted to say. Okay. Then update the imports. Good. And then we put all messages here. Cool. All right, I'm going to take a 5-minute break. Sounds good. It should be working just fine. I think also for the projects going forward, like when I do the, I'm deploying this one, but when I do this inventory application, I'm not sure I'm going to bother with deploying it. Because I don't want to keep, because I've already used up my free credits with this one, so I don't know if I want to bother with that. So anyway, hope you all are having a good, what day is it today? Friday evening? Forgetting the days. / Saturday morning. Some of you are, you know, in the Eastern Hemisphere, so I know it's closer to the morning. I just spilled some water on myself. Fantastic. But anyway. Oh, we were on the right thing. Okay. So I wonder then if we can run this locally and if it'll work as I expect. I'm not sure. Oh wait, I'm not in the right folder. What's the tech stack I'm learning? Working on. I'm learning Node Express Postgres. Is Node still single-threaded runtime? I forget. Let me check actually. I don't know. It is, yes. As of 2 weeks ago. Yeah, still single-threaded. So. Okay, so that did work. Relation usernames does not exist. I wonder then if it's because the pool can't connect to that. Okay. Let me just check this, because the port's 5432, so I don't really care about giving that away. I just want to see if it's even logging the. I want to see if it's even logging the port. Interesting. I guess it's fine if you run single core VMs. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. I'm just worried. Like, I'm not married to Node either. I'm just learning, right? So, quick question: is learning off stream better than learning live stream? Like, come on, you used to get anxious often with people watching. I get used to it. But honestly, like, I get a little anxious. But yeah, I've done this a lot, and when you practice, you get better at it. That's the only thing. So I'm just gonna see if this is even defined. Just because I want to know if this even works. Let's try. Yeah, so it's undefined. That's what I thought. So it's not reading the environment variables. I had this issue last time, and I don't remember what I did. Require.env.config. Anyway. Perfect. I'm going to start this on stream learning things soon. Best of luck with your learning, man. I appreciate that, Prathme. Yeah, it's been pretty cool trying to do this, and you know, I've learned a shit ton, honestly, in the last 94 days, so I would totally recommend it. But thanks for the support. Okay, so let me see. Why isn't this working? Oh, okay, I see. So I can just import it like this. This is what I must have done last time. And then I need to npmi that, maybe. Yeah, I've seen enough. You're getting subscribed to. I appreciate that, Prathme. I think Golang is cool if you're going to pick a new language for backend. Has an interesting concurrency model. Yeah, I think Golang is where I'm going to go. I think Golang is the next move. I actually was sent some documentation from Jay in chat for learning Go. So I might go through this literally. So there's some projects here like Hello World, HTTP server, routing, templates, middlewares, JSON, WebSockets. So the reason I'm using Node is just to learn the concepts, right? Because to learn these concepts, it doesn't matter what backend you're using. Really, it's more so just doing the thing, right? To like learn the concepts, and then you can worry about like the language and your specific implementation and stack later. I think anyway. All right. So then this should just be what? .env.config. And then the path, which is just like literally just .env, I think. And I think that should fetch properly. So if I run this now, is it going to... Okay, injected env6 from .env. Okay, that's good. That's what I wanted. Okay, so Odin user does not exist. Well, that is the username that I have for this. Okay, let me go back to my env vars here. Yeah, that's literally the right thing. Okay, so you can't log into that user for some reason. Or can I just use the URL? I think I can actually probably just use the URL. Const client. I can just do connection string maybe. That might be easier. Process.env.db. What was this called? DB URL. don't know if that works. Guess we'll find out. Ah, SSL TLS required. Interesting. Is there a problem with that? I wonder if this is the... I don't know, that should be the right... Okay, I'm gonna just debug this off screen because I don't want to give any keys away. Low-key Java is pretty good too. Honestly, is that true? Because I don't know. I always have like a bad negative view of Java just because of like my, you know, experience trying to do OOP in Java in school. But if Java's good, then like I'll take a look. I just always had this conception that it was like a bloated language and old. SSL/TLS. I think this is just a protocol required for Postgres connection. I need to like fuck around with the config, I think, on my server's end here. Java has an API for everything. It's also legacy, so there should be a decent documentation, lots of things to try, lots of things to learn. Hey, I'm here to learn, so that's pretty good to know. Let me see if I can dick around with this SSL, if there's like a thing here. In the render platform as a service. Yeah, I don't see any external database URL. That's the right thing. Unless this is the wrong one. Let's put the external in here. Okay. And then I'm assuming that's still not going to work. Yeah, no. Still says SSL TLS required. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. Render PAS Postgres server or DB server cannot connect SSL TLS required. See if anyone has this issue here. Okay, so I wonder then if I need to... Okay, so that's my user, that's fine. So I have the hostname, username, yeah, I have all that stuff. Synchronize, false, logging, false. Now modify the function as follows. Utilize the external link. URL process, okay, yeah, that's fine. Insert the link into the URL property. Okay, so I need to include this, I think. I think I need to include that on my pool. SSL reject unauthorized to false. That's probably dangerous, but whatever. Don't really care. This is just a test deployment thing. Holy shit, it worked, kind of. Okay, it did work. It ostensibly worked. So this is the timestamp I put in. So that's cool. So it didn't render the message, but it did. Oh wait, hold on. Is this? I need to remove the env here. There's no sensitive anything sensitive here. Okay, good. Good. So that's fine. Okay. Now we're connected. However, the data is, we need to actually we need to write the data here. And I think it's because, so we have message, so this is, needs to be message username. Or wait, not message. Where is index? So we need to say message.username and then message.message, I think it literally is. I think that'll fix it. There we go. There was my test that I inserted into the database. So now our localhost deployment is officially connected to the database that I have on that's external, which is very good. So hallelujah, I guess, for that. That wasn't too bad. Why don't I use LLM for debugging? Because I like to debug by myself. I find it fun. That's just me, though. And you can read my FAQ here, and I have I address why I don't use LLMs. Again, it's not because I'm anti-AI. It's just because I don't use them. Okay, so let's insert another. Okay, so for the other middleware, where's the other middleware? No, where is it? It's the router. This is it. Okay. So instead of pushing a message, we just have to do an async again, and then we'll run the query. So we'll say await insert message, and then we'll put in our rec.body.message user, rec.body.message text, and then the format new date at that current time. And then I think that works. So I think I can remove this now. And we also don't need any of this stuff either. And I'm just gonna comment it out just for now, just in case something breaks. Okay, so then for the getting, we need to actually we need another query for getting a message that matches a certain ID. So I don't know where. So const message is message.find. So I need a query for this. For rec.params.id. And then so the ID is attached to. Let's just put the ID for the message into the index as well. And I have to use EJS for this again. Message.id. Okay, so let's see. This should update. Okay, there's our ID. Perfect. Okay. And then now we need basically a getter for the query here. So we need a const edit message. ID, or I guess it's a number. And then we have to update the message. Or no, we just have to render it actually. We just have to render it. We don't even need to edit it. Select from usernames where ID is equal to, and then ID. Wait, what's wrong with this? Oh, maybe I need to put it inside of an object? What's wrong with this? Oh, db.query. Silly. Maybe this does need to be in an object. I don't fucking know. Okay, what's the problem with this? Property MSG messages does not exist on... Oh, does it need to be rows? Oh, because it needs to be rows because rows is on the type here. On the query result, it has rows. That's what it is. Okay. Get message by ID. There we go. Cool. Now, instead of doing this message find, we can say get message by ID and then rec.params.id. And then I need to obviously export that from this, right? So that we can import it into here. There we go. Oh, and then this needs to be, is this problematic because it's, yeah, so this needs to be a number. Okay. How even are you so consistent? Honestly, it's the community that I've built up, Prathme. So for me, when I come and I show up, you know, it's not only for myself, but it's also for my community. I like to think of it as anyway. And yeah, I don't know. It's a mix between wanting to do this and wanting to succeed, and you know, interacting with you guys and you know, having you guys to I guess entertain / be there for. You know, and even on nights that are slow, like tonight, like I still like to chat and you know, hang out, I guess. But you know, I have to, the ticket to being consistent is to stream even when you don't feel like it, right? Because a lot of the time, even if you think about doing these things and you have a good idea of doing these things, you have to do it when you don't want to do it. That's the number one thing, is to be consistent, is you just have to push through it. And once you start, like for example, like let's say I didn't want to stream. Once I start streaming, I'm like into it. You know, like I get like into the mood of streaming after just streaming for like a few minutes, right? And then it makes it easy. Okay, so that's fine. So now we refactored to use this. Okay, so now I should be able to test these other routes, and let's test if these work. So I'll say BenStack. This is another test, and then let's submit. Okay, so invalid input for timestamp. Okay, so that's the other thing that I need to do. So I need to render this date as a timestamp. Let's go to the date FNS. Let's go to the date FNS docs. And then format. And then I want to do a timestamp. Actually, let's see. Let's remove some of these. Okay. It's not going to do that. I want to do it as a timestamp, but I don't know what the, I guess it's just, what did I do for the format that I did before? Let me look. So I did the day, and then, so was this in brackets when I was rendering this? Yes, okay. So let's literally just construct this. So we'll go to format, and then we'll get the day of the week. Actually, I'll do const date format is equal to a string, and then we'll put the date format in here. Or timestamp, I should say. Okay. And then now we'll do Friday. So Friday, so it's E. And then June. I guess it doesn't matter, E. And then L's. So how do I have this here? Okay, it's just spaces. And then the day. And then the day is DD. And then the year. So Y. And then the time. So it'll be probably down here, right? Hour 1 to 24. Or not 1 to 24, 0 to 23. So we'll do HH. And then minutes. And then seconds. And then the time zone. So 4 O's, I think. Minus 0, 400. I don't think that's actually the right specific non-GMT minus. At all, it's gonna be fine. Okay. And then Eastern Daylight Time. I don't think I need that part. Oh, I could have just done this too. Combination of date and time. Whatever. Okay, let's see if this actually works. I don't know if it will. So if we try to submit this then. Ah, it did work. Okay, cool. It does indeed like that. Okay, nice. So I submitted it at a time. There we go. Nice. All right, so I think that now connects to the database. So we can open this. Okay, so we need to fix that view. The message, so we have to do message.username, message.message, and then sent@message.added. Okay, so this is back to homepage. Okay, so that's not fixing itself. Not sure 100% why. Let's go to the router. So we have message. Get message by ID, and then so this query may not be returning anything. Because this needs to be async. That's why. Or await. This is asynchronous. I forgot about this. That's the problem. Right. So now this should work. Oh, well. It looks like it spent more time loading. So let me just console log this. See if it actually obviously succeeded, or else it wouldn't have rendered anything. Yeah, so this is okay, so it's getting the right message. Okay, so it's finding the right message. But it is not rendering it out properly. I'm not 100% sure why. This could just be a case of needing the server to be refreshed. Let's try this again. Okay, so it is getting the right message, but for some reason it's not populating properly, and I don't 100% know why. So we can fix that. So it has an any type. Okay. What if I do message dot? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Oh, because I guess it's in within an object. Message dot username, message dot message, message dot added. Okay, let's take a 5-minute break and ponder this. I think it's because it's in an object or something. I think maybe I need to do it like this. No, maybe not. It's because it's returning as an object, so I don't know what I need to do. But I think that should actually just be fine. I don't know. Try username. Okay, so it doesn't say username does not exist on type. I should probably kept the type as well, but oh well. This should still work, I think. Oh, undefined. Ah, that's my problem. Okay, so I need to give this. The typing's weird, so I'll fix that. This should now work. Yeah. Okay. So that's fine. I'll figure that out. Google Cloud Platform. Oh well, I'm not going to worry about that. I don't know. I'm just thinking of moving away from this render. So right now I'm using render as my platform as a service thing, I guess. This guy. But it is, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of limited a little bit. So, you know, I don't want to see if there's any better offerings out there for the next thing. So, I don't know. Pretty non-issue right now, but. So this is actually being returned as an array. Interesting. So if I do this, I wonder if that works. Yeah, okay. Right, because it's rows from a... Okay, so now this should actually work. Yeah, okay, it does. Nice. Okay, nice, fixed it. I didn't even realize that. It's because it's an array of rows, right? Yeah, okay, cool. So I think this is actually finished. So I think I can push this and then we will see if it works. How do you do? I'm doing pretty well, Fanstar. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good Friday evening / Saturday morning. You know. All right, let's get back to it here. So now I'm going to push this. I think now if I push this to, I should actually clear out the database first before I do anything. Actually, nah, I can leave it. I don't really give a shit. Okay, so this is, let's see, integrate Postgres database. Something, I don't know, doesn't really matter. Okay, and then we can sync this, and then now it should now sync over to the, yeah, so now it's deploying, it's redeploying my message board URL. And then once that's finished, then I can go to my live URL and it should work fully. What time is it? It's 7:54 p.m. Friday night. You can see the time in the top right of my screen. It's just if you're in a different part of the world, it might be a different time. So if you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, it's probably the morning. But if you're in the Western Hemisphere like me, it's still the Friday evening. So yeah. All right. So I think that's everything, right? Create a pool and implement the required DB functions. I don't really care about validation. Don't give a shit. It's fine. Failed deploy. Why did it fail? Exit with status. Why did it fail? Cannot find package PG. Oh. Okay, let's try that then. npm I PG. All right, let's try install PG package. I don't know if this will work. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I doubt it because it's not yeah. Oh, it's imported. Okay. Maybe it said the wrong thing. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not gonna like sit here and super worry about this if it doesn't work. But yeah, so it says can't find package PG. It's morning of Saturday here, 5 a.m. I just woke up. Nice. Cool. Module not found. Okay, so how do I... Can I not... install that? Let's try this out. Apologize, I'm just trying to deploy this message app on my other monitor. Okay, so the build worked, and then now what? Okay, we're gonna deploy. See if this deploy works. I don't know. Yeah, it should be fine. Oh, sick. It did work, apparently. Internal server error. No. Why? Aggregate error. Don't know what that is. E-connection refused. Okay, well, the thing doesn't work, but honestly, I don't really care because I have the connection to the database locally. And there's probably some sort of auth error or something like this. Like if I go to this here, you can see that there are it's probably like you can't connect to it for some reason. And I wonder if that's because I need the internal URL or something like that. I don't know. I don't really feel like futzing around with this though. I might do that off stream or something. Yeah, I do remember you. Of course I remember you. Alright, so I'll finish this off. That's fine. I'm not going to really sit here and debug that because I don't really feel like that's super productive right now. Alright, so this is our inventory application. Alright, this section was humongous and you learned a lot of things. The only way to make it stick is to practice. For this project, you're going to create an inventory management app for an imaginary store. It's up to you what kind of business this is. You could be managing groceries, car parts, baby toys, musical instruments, or anything. So your inventory app should have categories and items. So when the user goes to the home page, they can choose a category to view and then get a list of every item in that category. You should include all of the CRUD methods for both items and categories, so anyone that's visiting the site can create, read, update, or delete any item or category. Okay. So, let's do a new project. Let's go to my repos. It's Ali from India. Nice. Nice to meet you, Ali. I just called you Lord, but I'll try to remember your name. Okay. So let's create a new repository. So I'll say Odin inventory app. Sure. Inventory app built with Node, Express, PostgreSQL for the Odin project. Okay. I need to make the database. In a Pokemon management app, there can be a Pokemon trainer and a type entity. Each Pokemon must be contained in a type, while a trainer can have multiple Pokemons. Okay. So I need to figure out what I want to actually do for this project. So let's like kind of, first of all, I'm going to clone this guy, get it into our local directory. And then open it. Oh, why is package lock and package JSON in here? That should not be in there, but that's okay. Okay, so now we'll just npm I this sucker. And then npx tsx should just work. Perfect. There's our app. Sounds good. Okay. Yeah, so we finished the PostgreSQL database to the message board project already, and then now we're going to start this inventory application. So I think we should probably, before we get started on this, well, actually the first thing I need to do is I need to create, actually I don't want to create the database yet because I want to plan it. So I'm going to actually open up Obsidian and get a projects folder. And then inventory. So okay. Not A. Whoops. And then bring this over here. Okay. So what? How did I format this for the React projects? Ah, okay. I just kind of just did it. Okay. So, the idea is, or I'll just say app, what should I say? This will serve as the backend for an imaginary, for some store or inventory based on a simple schema, data schema, where there are products or items as well as categories. Okay. Do I use LinkedIn? No, I do not. How is the job market in Canada? Is it cooked there because of AI too? I honestly wouldn't know, Fanstar, because I've had my job for a year at this point, and I'm not looking for current work. I work in IT, but I got my job through because of a return offer on a internship. So I got an internship in 2024. And then that led to a return offer a year later. So yeah, I haven't been looking for work currently, so I'm not really focused on that. However, I've heard from my friends that it's pretty difficult. I have one friend that was getting an internship or looking for an internship, and it took him 9 months to find something. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's maybe not as bad, especially like I work in the public sector, like, so I work for the government, kind of. I won't divulge specifically what I do, but it's related to the government. And, you know, I think public sector jobs like that are safer from AI than from private sector. So like, you know, like businesses, private businesses and stuff like this. So I think for job security, public sector is better, but it doesn't pay as well. So I make like half of what I could be making, probably. Public sector is better? Yeah, exactly. And by public, I mean publicly funded. So taxpayers fund my position, right? Like the reason, like my job is funded by taxpayers. That's what I mean by public. So like in Canada, that could be anything from like military to, you know, working for like the census or something, or I don't fucking know, like anything government related, right? Healthcare. Why have you chosen that particular tech stack? So the reason why I chose this tech stack is because I'm using this website called the Odin Project to, no worries, Fanstar. I'm using this website called the Odin Project to guide my learning, and it's the tech stack that they're using. So I kind of just went along with that for now to kind of learn these concepts, and then from there sort of expand and adapt my learning. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I'm using this kind of as a template to guide my learning. Okay, so I don't really know what I want to store in this inventory. So we should probably have some object that has a one-to-many, so one entity that has a one-to-many. So requirements, 3 entities. Entity 1 has a one-to-many relationship with entity 2. Entity 2 has a one-to-one relationship with entity 1. So that's fine. Actually, they can have one-to-many relationships with each other. I guess actually it depends on what I'm making actually. So we could do a game management. Game developer management app, maybe? I don't know. How long does it take to learn this much? Whatever asking as a beginner. I know HTML, CSS, no framework, and JS currently. Learning class or constructor. Any advice for learning phase? I think the most important thing, Ali, is to kind of work on projects that are within what you know. And then kind of once you've gotten used to, once you're really good at HTML, CSS, JavaScript, right? Once you've gotten really good at those core skills, then you can kind of expand out and start to learn frameworks a little more, right? So that's kind of what I would recommend. And always be building projects as well as theory. So cycle between learning some theory, do some projects, apply that theory in the project, go back to the theory, learn some theory, apply the theory, because you have to apply the theory for it to stick. Bio student turned into CS nerd, good story. I mean, I was kind of always a CS nerd, I guess. I always had the interest, but I don't know. It took a while to get there. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do right off the bat. So, anyway, just check something. Okay, deploy failed, I know. It's fine. Okay, so I don't know if we want to make a game dev management app. I have no fucking idea what I want to make. Do we want to do Pokemon, or do we want to do... I don't know. I genuinely don't know. This would be a good use of AI, by the way. Coming up with ideas for this. Ideas, what do I want to manage? So what I could do is I could have 3 entities. So I could have product. Okay. You have a product. I could have a category, product category, and a store. Okay. Storefront. Okay. Or something like this, or seller, or what should I call this? Seller, maybe. Maybe it's just a store. We'll just call it a store. So product needs to have a name. So we'll just do. Well, they'll each have IDs. So we'll have an ID, name. Actually, I'll just do it like this. ID, name, category, F key, foreign key to category. Actually, I'll just say category. And then this is a primary key. The name is just text. Let's do int primary key. And then the category has an ID as an int primary key. And then the category also has a name. I'm actually going to do these, yeah. So the name is text, and then, yeah, that's all I really need. And then the store has ID as well. This might be too complicated. I don't know if I want to do it like this. So we have product category. And then the store can probably have stock, maybe. Right? So the store has a name as well. And then the store also has a stock table associated with it, or some sort of entry. So we can have a stock table, which serves as because a store can have, so stock will essentially store a product, a store, so we'll have store ID. So we'll have I don't know if it needs its own ID actually, because the primary key can be the combination of the product and the store, maybe. Have you heard of Fortnite? Yes, I have, unfortunately. Category, not category. So we'll say products ID, and we'll say foreign key to products. And then we'll say store ID, foreign key to store, and then these two together will make up the primary key of the stock item. Or I should even say item for stock. Product stock, maybe. Product item, product stock. Let's call this item, or no, product is better. I'm just going to call this entities. Man, the point of time live streaming was at the peak. Every other creator on the world used to stream it while playing. Yeah, totally. I totally agree. That was like COVID times. Even a little bit before that, Fanstar. All right. It's going to be a product stock, product ID, store ID, and then a quantity, right? As an integer. Greater than 0. Greater than or equal to 0, right? So this is kind of what I'm thinking of doing. So you have a product category. So products have one category. And then I wonder then if I do... No, I think that's fine. Because if I query the category using this ID, I can get the name. So that's fine. And the store is fine there. And then product stock. Or I could even say store inventory. I can even just call this inventory. So the inventory has a product ID, a store ID, and a quantity, right? So the quantity is the number of things that we're storing, right? So I think these are our 4 entities. So the product has a one-to-one relationship with category. Okay. I'll just say this. I'll spell it out the right way. Category can have a one-to-many relationship with product, and then has a one-to-many relationship with inventory. Stores have multiple products in stock, right? And then also the product has a one-to-one relationship with, actually it might have a one-to-many relationship with inventory. Multiple stores may carry the same products in their inventory, right? So I think that's fine. I think something like this is good. Front-end dev will most likely be cooked. However, they'll still need people on it. You'll need to be a top 1% in order to stay in your job. Well, I don't currently work in development, Feelings, so you know, I kind of agree with you though. Like, I think you'll really need to know your stuff. However, I will say a lot of AI front end is really not, I think, what a lot of companies are looking for. I think they're still looking for front end designers specifically to hone and you know, kind of refine AI, right? Because if you just vibe design something, you know, it's not going to be very good. So I don't know. Okay, so we have a product, category, store, and inventory. I think that's fine. So then the inventory has the product ID and the store ID. And then I'll say here as well, product ID and then store ID together is the primary key. Because you wouldn't have more than one inventory entry for the same product and store. Right? So, or I should even just say schema. Okay. So I think that's good. Good thing the Odin Project focuses on full stack, which most likely is going to stay longer. All jobs aren't going to get replaced, rather shorter. Data entry is harder to find, but still possible. Yeah. So currently, Feelings, I don't know if you are new here or have you tried learning CS50W? I have not, but I also do have a CS degree, so I don't know if I need to do that. So I know DSA concepts and as well as some theory like pretty well. So like, I don't know, just as a little you know, blurb as to who I am. So I work in IT, but I do have a CS degree. So yeah, you know, I'm currently working and I like my job, you know, enough to stay in it. But I'm doing this mostly on the side for hobby, as well as kind of hopefully someday going to work into some sort of side gig. Who knows? But I do have a stable 9 to 5 that I don't plan on leaving anytime soon, especially given the tumultuous nature of the AI bullshit that's going on. Yo, innovation, how's it going? So I basically, what I ended up doing earlier in the stream is I connected a Postgres database that's hosted on Render to my local host mini message board app, but I think there's auth issues for the actual deployment, so I didn't bother debugging that. And then now I'm planning the inventory application. So the next few streams, I'd anticipate a handful of streams are going to be focused on this inventory application. So essentially, it's basically just going to be very generic. It's going to be there's 4 entities, products, which have. I can even include a description as well. So there's products, which products can have categories. Stores have multiple products in their inventory, and then inventories which connect products to stores, essentially, with a quantity for that product. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing. It's just a basic inventory management. I could have done anything, but I just decided to go super generic. So, yeah. This is kind of the basic schema that I'm working with here. And then I'm going to build this project out. Don't know if I'm going to deploy it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, yeah, that's the plan. I think today's stream is just going to be kind of like an introduction. To this. So, yeah. You're currently debating on what I'm doing, either DNS server from scratch in Rust or Redis from scratch in Zig. That's cool. What's one thing you want to build? Like eventually or right now? Because right now I'm working on this inventory application project. So that's the current goal. But I think eventually, I do have some feelings. I want to build, the first thing I think I'm going to do is I have to scope it up, but there's a couple ideas I've got. Eventually, yeah, I don't know. Just be full stack. Maybe release an app. Maybe learn some iOS app development with React Native or something. I don't know. I want to make apps. Maybe monetize those apps. SaaS. I don't know. I'm just kind of learning right now, and I'm gonna let the ideas come to me when. The time comes. But the first main project that I want to do after I finish the Odin project, which is the course, is I want to make a Pomodoro self-study app. You low-key want to team up with someone who likes doing front-end to build a full-stack app with? I mean, I don't mind doing front-end. Am I good at it? I don't know. Probably not that great, but, you should. Totally innovation. I think that'd be fun. All right, so this is our schema. So is there anything else I need in the plan? I don't think so. I think I can kind of just run with this for now and then get the database created, right? Actually, you know what I'm going to do whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to do, I'm going to probably get another terminal up here. And then we'll create this database. So I just need to pull up my reference. That's Postgres. Okay, so now I'm in here. And then I need to create the DB. So I'm going to do create database, and then we're going to call it inventory app. All right, so I guess I should just call it inventory. Inventory app, maybe. Create a database sales with a default table space. I don't know what a table space is. I think that's all I need to do. Okay, so then I can you know, enter that database, I think. What's the help again? Oh, that's not what I wanted. Is it this? That's also not what I wanted. I just did the exact same thing. How do I enter database? PSQL. Oh, /connect. That's it. Okay, cool. Nice. And then now I can I can create the tables. So I can do create table. So let me get my schema up here. Actually, I want to get UUIDs for UUIDs. Actually, I'll do this like on my other monitor. I don't know what I'm doing over here. Okay. UUIDs for PKs in Postgres. Postgres. You can use the built-in function genRandom UUID. Interesting. So let's see if that actually works. So we'll say, so the first table we need is our product, which is gonna have, it's gonna have an ID, UUID type, primary, key, default, UUID generate v4. And then we're going to have a name as text, a description as text, and then a category ID, which is going to be a UUID type as well. And then how do I specify foreign key? Specify foreign key in PSQL. Do I need to say where it's a foreign key to? References. Okay, so you know what I actually have to do? I have to create the categories first, right? So I have to create the category first. I need that UUID generator. Oops. And then, so we have an ID, and then we have a name as text, and then that's it, I think, for category. It just has an ID and a name. Okay, so that doesn't exist. No function matches is given argument types, and you might need to add explicit cast. Okay, so then I might need to put this in here. Let's try. This is not the UUID I want. genRandom UUID. So maybe I just need to do genRandom UUID. I don't know. I'm just kind of guessing here. Ah, that did work. Okay, perfect. So now that's good. And then create table products. And then our same ID. And then name, text, description, text, and then our category ID is going to be a UUID that references category ID, maybe? I think. I think that works. Nice. So then if I do D, hi. What did you buy?
I was hungry and so I bought extra.
No kidding. Jeez. Anyway, sorry. Okay. So we have the product table, the category table. Now we need the store table, which does not have any. I think it's just primary key and name as well. I think that's it for the store. Yeah. ID, UID, primary key, default, gen random. Oh, because I need it's a function. That's why. Okay, so there's our tables, and then we need an inventory. That's gonna. How do I? Okay, now I need to learn how to specify. Specify two FKs as PK. Postgres. I don't know how to do that. Or maybe you can't. I don't know. FK referencing composite PK. Primary key. I can declare it down there. Okay, cool. That's how this works. Okay, that's what I thought. Maybe, or well, I guess that just makes sense. Okay, so we'll do where was it? References. Category ID. Okay, so we'll say product ID. That's okay. Product ID references UUID. Like this. Then category, or not category, store ID. And then we need a quantity, or I'll say amount as an integer. And then I need to actually put a constraint on that. PSQL constraints. Int. That's not what I wanted to do. Constraints. And then I can do this as well. is, or I can say 0 or more. Am I using pure Postgres? What ORM do I use? I don't use an ORM. Virality. I haven't really tried Pomodoro technique. Does it really work from chat? Yeah, I think it works, Fanstar. But are you using tables BCNF? No. I don't think so. But I don't really care because I'm just trying to make this thing work. I just came up with this schema like off the dome, so I don't really care if it's fucking normalized. I can always normalize it later and refactor it. Yeah, no, I know. It's true though, because like I do have a little bit of trauma from that databases class. And put everything into the 5th normal form and make 17 million tables. Okay, so let's say check age, or not age, I guess it would be amount is greater than or equal to 0. I think that would work, right? You can name column constraints in the same way. So amount in constraint 0 or more, check amount greater than 0. I use PSQL with Neon Drizzle and haven't really tried raw PSQL. So this is all local virality. So this is all local. So essentially what I did is I created, I basically making a dummy inventory app. So the idea is I'll just bring over my schema. So the idea is I'm going to make an inventory app with products, and then products can have one category, obviously, but there can be multiple products with the same category. And then there are stores, which then have inventory, which connect products to stores with a quantity, right? Or an amount, I should say, right? So that's basically what I'm making. And then I'm just kind of setting that up in Postgres manually using the PSQL CLI, right? So that's kind of what I'm doing. All right, so I think this is good for our inventory table. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, you know what I forgot to do though? Shit. I need to actually alter that. Alter table. I need to set the primary keys. Forgot to do the primary key. And I think that's, how does that work? Okay, so that does need a comma here. Oh. Wait. Pomodoro is pretty good, yeah. Just go through SQL bolts and you should be able to understand raw SQL virality. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I also just use the docs too. Like, so if you're using Postgres, the Postgres docs, right? Oh, because I need to alter the table. Love you. Thank you. Sorry. My girlfriend got me chocolate, guys. my favorite dark chocolate. Okay. I think. Okay, so it's not. So I did this wrong. Okay. So what if I just drop table inventory and recreate it? What? Didn't drop. Dang it. I just want to fucking... no. Yes, go on. Shit. I literally... Oh, because it doesn't have a fucking... I didn't put a semicolon. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now I can just recreate this. I was kind of stupid. I could have just altered the table, but I don't know. I just want to be exact with this. Okay, so now we should have our 4 tables: category, inventory, product, sort, and then yeah. And then they should have the let's see, list, table, columns, Postgres. Will the SQL lessons? Yeah, they mostly will. Virality, definitely. I learned SQL the first time using DB2, which is an ancient, archaic DBMS from IBM, and I was fine. This is why, though, I think it's important, virality, and I'm not trying to call you out specifically, but I think this is why it's important to do these things and learn these things, like doing them manually before you get into ORMs and stuff, because it gives you a higher degree of understanding, I guess. I don't know. I'm being a little bit, I don't mean to be, you know, picking on you or anything like this. Okay, so then we have this. We have forward key constraints. And then our primary key is that combination. And this is good. This looks exactly like we want it to. And then I can do this for the products. So we have our ID, UUID, not null. Category ID, and we're not storing encrypted shit because whatever. But anyway, so that's good. All right, so that's fine. Looks good to me. I completely hear that, lol, and I'm totally self-conscious about the fact that I haven't really put time into raw SQL. I will now, though. Oh, another thing, virality too. You don't have to be self-conscious, man. It's all good. The other thing is there's this thing that I did with Odin Project called SQL Zoo, which I found pretty useful. I mean, it's kind of weird, but it's a good way of practicing SQL. So let me go and get you the link here. So this was kind of good. I would recommend going through this thing, sqlzoo.net. And just just going through this as well, virality. This might help you out. So you can give that a look and see what you think about that. So yeah, it just basically takes you from A to Z in SQL, and then from there you can mostly just apply it to Postgres. Postgres is basically just a superset of SQL, so it implements SQL, and then there's other functions, I think, or other functionality that Postgres adds on top of SQL, like basic SQL, right? Okay, so that's good. So we have our database created. So I don't think there's a password on this database, and I don't know if I need to create one yet. Probably not. So the user's Ben, and then so I don't really care about that. This is all just local. So I will quit, and then I will bring back this guy. Oops. And then I'll connect to that so that install pug as well, and then use that for templating. And then what else do I want to do? We have our basic router. Okay, so then we need to get our router working. So we kind of need a couple different views. So what views do we need? Should actually probably decide that. You recommend the Odin Project? Do you have made full stack apps already? Yeah, so what I'd recommend doing for that then is to go to Odin Project and kind of scroll through it. virality, and then see like what lessons, like kind of read the lesson topics and see like what applies, like what you feel like you would benefit from, right? Because it's open source, so I mean you can just like go through it. Like if you only want to do the Express course within the, or the Express lessons within the Node.js course, then you could just do that, right? Or something, I don't know. So I don't know. I recommend going, give it a look, and see what you want to learn from that. Okay, so the other thing I need to do, yeah. So I need to decide which, views to make, right? I need to make some views here. So let's do some view planning. Okay, so the index view is going to have, it's probably useful to understand some basics about DB implementation, to understand optimized queries, virality. Yeah, exactly, that too. How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well, Aperture. How are you? My bad for all the questions. Yeah, no, virality. Work here, I kind of like, I was kind of working on I kind of worked on updating my description a little bit, but like I'm here to show you guys what it looks like to learn how to code and learn all of these different things, as well as help you guys out too. And also chat to help each other out, right? Like, so that's kind of like the environment that I want to, bring to these streams, is to kind of have that mutual learning thing, right? So you can ask all these questions, and I totally appreciate you, coming in here and asking these questions. I think it's important. And it also, is good for engagement too, but, I welcome it, so these are kind of like collaborative study sessions / hangout with chat sort of thing, right? So anyway, I'm about done this session, so I'm going to take a 5-minute break. I'll probably throw a few streams as well as soon as I get over this cold, in the spirit of BenStack. I appreciate that innovation. I'll be sure to watch. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't had a chance to check out your streams yet if you've done any. I keep forgetting to check out viewers' content, but I've been meaning to. Share me some tips, man. I just start learning how to code, learning JavaScript basics. I want to learn everything to land a job. Honestly, depends where you're starting from, Aperture. But I think if you're a beginner, I think you can, make a solid case for yourself in a year if you work hard. It might take a little longer than that. It might not take as long. It might take 6 months. It might take 2 years. I don't know. But if you put in the work every day, not every day, but if you put in the work, let's say 4 or 5 times a week, even if it's only a few hours a day, like I've done, like to put it this way, I've done 15 or so hours a week for 4.5 months, and so what is that, like 300 hours ish? I don't know, rough math. Something like that, give or take. And was it all super deep learning? Not really, but it's okay. I keep coming back to this great blog. It takes 10 years to be a good at programming, which is some of the best frame of minds to think about this stuff. Yeah, exactly. I work like 12 hours a day. How much time is it to learn these skills then? Honestly, depends on how fast you learn. I do about 10 to 15 hours a week, and I've been doing that for 94 days. This is day 94. Of streams, so I don't know. You can see on my channel, I have every single minute that I've done. I mean, I do some stuff offline, but like I would say like 80 to 90% of what I do for bettering my development skills and learning programming is done live on stream. I do some stuff off stream, but not a lot. Like basically just because I don't have enough time. You learn fast. Like I learned Java basics in 1 day and 2nd day practice. Well, I mean, I don't know, like just do like an hour a day then, man. If you work 12 hours a day, do 1 hour, and then like give it a month and then see where you're at. And then you can kind of adjust from there. It's something you kind of like, I think to really succeed too, you kind of also have to be, why are you looking Aiden Ross? I don't know who that is. I don't know who Aiden Ross is. Is that somebody, is that like a famous person? I don't know who that is. Man, we don't mention Aiden Ross, man. Yeah, I don't even know who that is. But yeah, no, it honestly depends. I use Obsidian as a note-taking app. Do you think it is good? Yeah, that's what I use. I use that virality. I'm using Obsidian right now. Aiden Ross is cringe. Yeah, I don't know who Aiden Ross is, guys. I don't know. Who is that anyway? Like celebrity or something? I don't know. But it's a compliment because he isn't ugly. Well, I don't know who he is, so I have no point of reference. Also, you can't learn JavaScript in one day. Yeah, that's actually facts. I was kind of just taking his word for it. He's a normie streamer celebrity. Oh, got you. Aiden Ross is a coder. I feel like he isn't. If Tyler just said he's a normie streamer celebrity, then I feel like he's not a coder. Let me actually, okay, on my other monitor, I'm going to look up who this is, because I don't know who this is. Aiden Ross. Yeah, I can see it. He's almost my age, too, actually. That's funny. Yeah, he kind of does look like me, actually. A little bit. Sort of. Live streamer, YouTuber. Is known for his collaborations with celebrities and live streams on the NBA 2K. Yeah, I don't play NBA 2K. I'm not talking about that, Aiden Ross. Holy chat. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, who's Aiden Ross the coder then? I feel like we're talking about two different people. But I feel like if you said I look like Aiden Ross, I feel like that's the same guy. You love Sean Strickland? Who the hell's that? Let's see. Oh, he's an MMA fighter. That's cool. Interesting. Looking at the Odin project right now, so it uses JavaScript. I guess you're using TypeScript instead. Yeah. I'm using TypeScript instead. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. Virality. UFC fighter. Yeah, I'm looking. Yeah, Aiden Ross. I don't know about this guy. I don't really have a point of reference, so I don't have any comments. I guess. Anyway. It's generally advisable to get familiar with TypeScript. Don't stress it too much. Yeah. I don't know. I started with TypeScript just because I felt like I could. Let's all go to New York and witness Brunson dismantle Wemby. Oh, so you're a Knicks fan then? I don't know about that. I think I'm on the Spurs side on this one. I kind of want to see Wemby win a chip. Not gonna lie. I think you disconnected from this internet content world. I want to also. How long do I code every day? 4 to 5 times a week, 3 hours, give or take. Do you ever done a job? Yeah, I currently work in IT, Aperture. What do you use to learn TypeScript? So to learn TypeScript, I honestly just use the docs. So I use Google and like the, where are they here? Right here, the handbook. I use this TypeScript handbook. It's really good. You low-key doesn't matter. Just want to see NY aftermath. Fair enough. Like if they win, you mean? Because they haven't won. Like when was the last time the Knicks won? Like 70s, I think, right? I'm kind of a little bit of a casual basketball fan, so I know some things. Anyway, all right. Enough yapping. Okay, let's see. Index view. So what do we want to show in the index view? So we can see. I don't know. I'm trying to think. How do I want to format this? I can have like a list of stores, maybe like tabs with lists of that redirect to lists or cards or lists, I guess lists of products and stores, maybe. And I'll say stores, or I'll say products view. List of products with ability to add new products. With button list of all products. in the app, I guess. Maybe they should have price too. I don't really think it needs a price actually, now that I think about it. Because it's like not, this isn't a real store, so it doesn't really matter. Form to add product base, add products with ability to enter names, name and description. Name, description, and category. What do you do when you get stuck on a solution and don't know what to do? Do you just Google it or use AI? I Google it, and I also get chat to kind of point me in the right direction. So sometimes chat helps me out for virality, which I'm totally okay with if it's in good faith and not kind of like if you're coming in here and you're kind of telling me what to do without me kind of asking. I don't really appreciate that. But if I'm kind of asking for help in like in more of a collaborative way, then I do appreciate chat helping me out. Bro, one issue I get is like whenever I learn how to code, I always think if AI do this, why do I do this? Like, let's make some SaaS. So I want to know your experience. Like, have you done any degree? Yeah, I've done a degree. I have a CS degree, Aperture. So you can see who I am here. I actually forget if views are backed by disk or created on query or if that's vendor specific. Like, so views, I'm using views like it's server side. I actually don't know about that. So I think what happens, JMac, is the views are attached to a route, right? So the views are rendered as a part of middleware when a route is requested, right? I think that's at least my understanding. I might be wrong on that, but that's kind of my naive understanding. But at least that's how I'm using them. So I'm going to use the Pug view creator. So Pug is essentially just a templating language. I thought you summed 20 years old. No, I'm 25. 25 years old. I'm in my mid-20s. So, yeah. Okay. What other things do I need? So I need to add store view, or I just a store view. Stores, products. List all available stores, or list all stores that have been created. Add store view. And then I can even say new product and then new store. Form to add a new store, a new product, I should say, to the app with ability to enter name, I guess, doesn't really matter. And then, so we have our new store, and then we have add inventory, maybe, view, which will be a form to add quantity of some product to some store based on the list of products, stores, and stores that already exist. Right, so that'll add an entry to adds entry to inventory table. Let me do adds entry to store table. And then we also probably need a new category. I thought you were, no, sorry, that was just Discord. Okay. And then with the index tabs that redirect, I don't think I need any queries here. Oh wait, this is the wrong spot for that. This needs to go into new product. So we do just select all from product table. And then select all from stores table. And then I could also do like from store table and view inventory. Actually, I should probably have a link in here with link to like with each store having a link to its page or something like this. And then there's like a store page. And then we'll say store page or view store. I don't know. I don't know what I should call this. Or store details view or something like this. View store details or view store. I'll say view store. View inventory of one store. Right? So view inventory of one store with all products that store contains and their quantities. Or amounts, I should say. And then link to add inventory. For that store. Okay, that's fine. I think those are all the views I need. I think that's like a lot of views, but you know, it's gonna be important. And then, so we'll get our routes as well. We need to plan out our routes. So we'll have route, so render index view, and then we'll do slash products. I could even say all products. What's the conventional way of, I guess it's dash. Render, I should even call this all products. And then all stores. With query for products content maybe. And then we'll do all stores. Or not a view, it's a route. Render all stores. View with query for stores content. What are those views? I thought those were routes. Okay, so the views, I'll explain the difference. So a view is a template of HTML that's actually rendered on the page. Okay, so that's, a view is like a template, right? A route is is the route inside of here. So like this Odin Project /lesson/node path, this would be a route, right? So the route is how to access the view, virality, if that makes any sense. Yo, what's up, Blueberries? How's it going? Okay, so we have all stores, and then what are the other routes I need? So I'm gonna say new products, or yeah, new products, maybe. Render new products view with form and posts requests to the same route. And these are all gets, right? I should actually say. These are gets. And then for posts, I'm going to say send form data or update database with form data or something like this, right? And then new store will be very similar. Starting a Flutter project. What even is Flutter? I actually don't remember. I feel like I've heard that name before. That's pretty cool. I'm starting a new Node Express Postgres project, so very fun times ahead. New store. And then this could be very similar. And then, okay, so then we have that. Or I should say update, maybe update inventory. And then I'll say for the product, and then I'll do an ID. View get is view product by its ID. Rendering, maybe I need a new view for this. Or do I even need to do that? I probably don't. I think Flutter uses Dart language. Oh, interesting. Yeah, it's for mobile applications I'm starting work on. That's cool, Blueberries. What mobile app are you making? Okay, so store ID, and then we need a maybe update inventory. So to do that, then I might do that based on this route. Makes Flappy Bird 2.0. I wonder how many, like, someone should count. I don't know if this is possible, but someone should count how many vibe coded Flappy Bird clones there are on the App Store or the Google Play Store. And then also count the ones that have microtransactions for customizing your bird. That's the next $1 billion idea right there, I think. But anyway. Okay. What's next here? Store ID. And then I need to add inventory, right? Oh, I need to create a new store. Oh yeah, I already have that. All stores, new category. So I'll do that as well. Get render new category, view with new category form, and post is update database with category data. And the other thing I'm gonna have to do is maybe inside of these views, like for the all products, select all from product table, have button next to products, each product, to delete it. Delete it. And I can do the same with category, all categories. I should probably have an all categories view as well. View list all products categories, button next to each category to delete it. The only problem actually with this, now that I'm thinking about it, is it's going to make the inventory all fucked up. So maybe I actually don't fuck with the categories. Right? Because then we're going to need to delete, although unless we handle where if we delete a category, then all the inventory entries with that category are also deleted. That would be kind of shitty. I don't really want to do that. So maybe the categories are actually fixed. Let's say categories are fixed, cannot be changed by user. Something like this. Mainly just your nerd play disc golf, and I had the idea to make a sort of video notebook to track progress from because I recorded my throws in the time. Oh, that's interesting, Blueberries. That's really cool. I want to try out disc golf someday, actually. Let me know, because like I don't know, I would use that if I tried out disc golf. I honestly don't know like where to start with that though, because I don't know. I've played regular golf before, but I've never played disc golf. Disc golf is extremely hard. Yeah, I'd imagine. I'd imagine it's difficult. Okay, so I think we're almost done here. So I'm gonna make the categories fixed to make this whole inventory situation easier. Now, if we delete a product, then what we have to do, so what we'll do is we'll say, and then I'll do a get view product by its ID, rendering view products view. And maybe it has like a link to an image or something as well, but it doesn't really matter. View inventory, or I should say view store, view product, view inventory of one product with all stores that contain that product and their amounts. I think that's fine too. And then I need to obviously update that. So we need to get rid of this new category route because we're making them fixed. Are views just HTML's React components? Pretty much, sort of. That's like it's probably oversimplified view, but yeah, views are essentially like what it's a template for how the server telling the browser how to render content based on stuff from the database and stuff. It basically allows you to insert stuff from your backend virality into the rendered HTML, right? It's huge in the city I live in, so kind of got hooked on it because of that. It's deceivingly hard though, lol, so people think it's easy. Disc golf is fun with lots of trees around and you're doing random trick shots. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like disc golf, like it's really hard to get good at. It seems like anyway. Because when I throw like a frisbee or a whatever, it just kind of goes, you know, I have very terrible command. I also can't do the forward hand flick motion. I don't know. It's not easy. Anyway, all right. So I think we're almost done with these views. Or sorry, routes, right? What else do I need here? I need a delete. I'll probably home this off stream, and then a delete product by its ID and all associated inventory entries, which is going to be major, but that's fine. Store, and then ID delete as well. We'll have the same thing. So I think that's like pretty much it. I'm going to probably go over this off stream and make sure this looks good. And then next stream tomorrow, we're actually going to start building this sucker. So this should be a good plan for this app, I think. So we got our routes planned, we got our views and our database schema. And then this is our description. Right. You could throw them 330 feet on average, but pros can throw like 500 to 600 feet. A lot of people don't even know that there's a pro league. Yeah, I mean, I'd figure I'm sure there's pro leagues for like any of these things, right? That's pretty cool. So 330 feet, that's like what, like 100 meters? That's pretty far. 100 meters, that's like, and I'd imagine like the thing that I do know about it too is that there's different discs for different lengths, right? Like there's like a driver disc and then like an iron or like medium distance and then like a putter, right? You stream to complete your work, or is it just side projects? Yo, what's up, Gervier? I stream kind of to do both. I kind of just stream to learn as well as talk to chat, Fanstar. I'm actually about to end stream though, unfortunately. I've just finished my 5th Pomo, but I'll be live again tomorrow, same time at night, unfortunately. I was going to go live in the morning, but I changed my schedule around just because of some stuff. So I'm going to be going live tomorrow night, and then I'll release the schedule for next week, hopefully tomorrow or Sunday. So yeah, but it's nice nice to see you, Gervier. I hope you're doing well. But anyway, I appreciate all you watching and chatting and stuff. And if you want to see more of my streams in the future, please subscribe. That would be fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. I don't know how to say that without sounding beggy, but it is what it is. I also have a Discord community if you want to chat to me or other members of my community, when I'm not streaming. That's always there as a resource and as a thing that exists. So you can join the Discord there if you'd like to. It's kind of inactive a lot of the time, but it's a little active. I don't know. But you can, if you want to chat in there, I'll always answer, and someone else will always answer as well. if you have a question about something or whatever it is. But anyway, yeah. So I'll be live again tomorrow evening, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard or Eastern Daylight Time, whatever. And I'll see you then. So have a great night / morning / afternoon, wherever you are.